little fox.
Mowgli continued growing and learning the law of the jungle. One year, a terrible drought arrived. It began when the winter came, bringing little rain. The yams dried up, and few trees flowered. Next, a burning heat crept into the jungle, turning it yellow, brown, and then black. Water holes turned to mud. Bamboo stalks grew dry, clanking loudly in the hot wind. It was the first time that Mowgli had felt deep hunger. While this hunger was awful, his thirst was worse. The heat went on and on, drying up all the moisture. Soon, only one river still had water. Hathi, the wise old elephant, lifted his trunk.
"There is a water truce,"
he declared. Mowgli learned that this meant no one could hunt at the river. Instead, everyone could safely drink there. The animals whistled and shrieked, spreading the news of the water truce.
"This is a terrible time,"
Bagheera said one evening at the river. Mowgli nodded. The air still felt as hot as fire. Baloo sighed.
"The rains have forgotten us this year."
Upstream, Hathi stood with his sons in the moonlight. Nearby, some deer were drinking, along with pigs and wild buffalo.
"The humans are hungry too,"
a pig said.
"They're dying in their fields."
"Hathi, have you ever seen anything like this drought?"
Baloo asked.
"No, but it will pass."
Hathi squirted water along his back and sides. Baloo looked at Mowgli.
"Well, we have someone here who cannot survive much longer without more food. The boy is all skin and bones."
Hey!
Mowgli sat up in the water, insulted.
That's because I don't have any fur to cover my bones.
Everyone laughed, but Mowgli was scowling at Baloo.
You wouldn't look good without fur either.
Bagheera put out a paw and gently knocked Mowgli back into the water. Mowgli rose, spluttering and laughing.
"It's rude to make fun of your teacher, Mowgli,"
Bagheera said. Grinning, he dunked Mowgli again. This time, when Mowgli rose from the water, he saw that Bagheera's expression had changed.
Uh-oh,
He thought. He saw the tiger slinking toward them.
"Why, look at this."
Shere Khan's voice was a low rumble. He bent to take a drink.
"It's the man cub."
Mowgli slipped behind Bagheera as Shere Khan dipped his chin in the river. Soon, dark, oily streaks were floating in the water. Bagheera looked suspiciously at the oily streaks.
"What have you been up to, Shere Khan?"
Shere Khan smiled slyly.
"I found a human,
He said.
so I came to the river for a drink and to clean myself."
A few animals gasped.
"You killed a person during the drought?
Bagheera snapped.
Couldn't you find something else to eat?"
The tiger just shrugged. Hathi had been listening quietly. Now, he stepped closer to Shere Khan and swung his trunk.
"As you know, Shere Khan, there is a drought.
The elephant said.
The river is for drinking, not washing off blood. Besides, we are all suffering, jungle animals and humans. It is wrong to boast of killing right now.
Shere Khan looked down.
Have you had enough to drink?
Hathi asked.
Yes.
Go then.
Hathi commanded. His 3 sons moved to stand behind him. Shere Khan slunk away, not even daring to growl. For he knew what everyone knew. Hathi was the master of the jungle. Bagheera sighed and turned back to Mowgli.
Never forget this, little brother. Shere Khan is your enemy.
The drought finally passed. The old bear Baloo had already taught Mowgli many things about the law of the jungle. Mowgli learned important lessons from the wolves, too. Father Wolf taught Mowgli to pay attention to sounds.
Every sound in the jungle means something. Listen carefully to the rustle of the grass and the owl's song. The owls can tell you when danger is coming.
Mowgli's wolf brothers showed Mowgli how to watch how other animals acted. Bats scratched the trees before they rested. Fish splashed in the pools when they were hungry. Meanwhile, the monkeys, up in the trees, watched Mowgli all day long. They saw him weaving sticks to make a shelter. They watched him build little huts from rocks and stomp in the mud. Mowgli was just playing, like all children of his age. But the monkeys didn't know it was just play. So they watched his movements with awe.
The man cub is very wise, with so many talents.
One monkey said.
Hey,
Another monkey said.
Maybe he can be our leader.
yes.
Another added.
Everybody in the jungle will envy us if he's our leader. Let's find a way to bring him to Monkey City!
One hot afternoon, the monkeys spotted Mowgli napping with Bagheera and Baloo.
This is our chance to steal the man cub.
A monkey whispered.
Let's go.
A group of monkeys swooped down. The next thing Mowgli knew, hands were grabbing his legs and arms. Then, the 2 strongest monkeys grabbed Mowgli and swung off. Branches scratched his face. Then he heard Baloo. The bear's loud cry woke up the entire jungle. The monkeys just laughed. They flew through the treetops.
Whoa!
Mowgli felt dizzy. Branches and leaves slapped his face. Bounding, crashing, whooping, and yelling, the whole tribe of monkeys swept through the jungle.
Let me go!
Mowgli cried. They were up high in the trees. He was terrified that the monkeys would drop him. Then he grew angry and started to think.
Baloo and Bagheera will try to find me,
he thought. But the monkeys were traveling so fast, Mowgli's friends couldn't possibly catch up. How could he leave them a clue about where he was? It was useless to look down. That made Mowgli dizzy. So he looked up, and there, far away in the blue sky, he saw Ran, the hawk. Ran was flying over the jungle, searching for something to eat. Ran finally looked down and spotted the monkeys. He said.
Are those monkeys carrying something?
He swooped down to get a better look. Mowgli, of course, knew all the languages of the jungle. He let out a loud whistle.
Huh?
Surprised, Ran whistled back.
Mowgli, Is that you?
Ran! Follow me!
Mowgli shouted to the hawk.
Then tell Baloo and Bagheera where I am!
Bagheera had climbed the tree after Mowgli, but the monkeys were too fast. Then the thin branches snapped beneath his weight. The panther slipped down, his claws full of bark. Baloo had set off at a clumsy run.
Come on, Bagheera!
You couldn't catch a wounded cow at that pace.
Bagheera said.
Sit still and let's make a plan.
Baloo dropped to the ground.
This is terrible! Oh.
He moaned, rolling around.
Stop curling up like a porcupine.
Bagheera snapped.
We need to figure out what to do.
But
Baloo gulped.
Mowgli might be dead by now.